Welcome back, my friends, to the Psychic Next Door. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in, as well as for your overwhelming support for subscribing, liking, and even commenting on my videos. I am truly grateful for you. My goal today and always is to provide you clarity and peace through these spirit-driven messages. Remember, these are just general readings, not one-to-one, so if it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind. And as a reminder, this is a timeless reading and can resonate at any given period for you. All right? So for your bonus readings this month, we're going to group our beautiful element signs together and create 4 readings to include our fire signs, air sign, water, and earth. This particular reading is dedicated to our beautiful fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Now, while we shuffle the cards, I want to discuss some of the details that came up during my off-camera meditation. Now, I know in my previous readings, I kind of did that as we shuffled, and I got away from it. But a lot of great stuff also comes up during that period, so I want to share it with you. So the first thing I heard, and I haven't heard a song in quite some time, was lightning and thunder. Okay, and it's kind of like a bit of a preface for what you guys have been and are going through, is what they shared with me. Then I received a vision of someone sitting on a couch, just kind of feeling depleted in energy and exhausted emotionally from the daily struggle. Okay. Then I received another vision of some individuals who have been turning to food, to alcohol, and then also for some illegal substances to make the years of pain go away. All right. The next vision I received is someone at a doctor's office making a brave and bold move to work through some of these challenges they've been going through. For some, this has been off and on for most of their life. For other folks, this seems to be a trigger when things are really, really difficult in your lives. But nonetheless, it appears we are walking towards collectively getting some help for these challenges that you guys have been facing. Spirit wants me to let you know that for these challenges, and understand for some of you, perhaps I didn't describe the actual addiction or issue that you're having, but the general message remains the same. You're making steps to get out of this funk and these difficulties, okay? Spirit wants you to know that going outside the norm to find resolutions seems to be more of what you need. They shared with me that you are not a one-size-fits-all type individual, and you require a deeper dive to really get a handle and hone in on this problem, okay? Spirit wants you to know they have your back, okay? This isn't the time to throw your hands up in the air and kind of give up and just kind of keep going with the day-to-day. They want you to know that this is a very pivotal point, a very pivotal turning point for reaching the end that you so desperately desire and yearn for. Then the next vision they showed was a vision of street flooding. And for some, sadly, this is a reality due to some weather conditions in your area. And for others, it's a metaphor for how you're feeling inside. Then Spirit showed just a quick flash of some debris on the ground and some branches and trees down. So again, depicting some weather conditions, it seems, for some of you, and then others, this is a metaphor for the internal turmoil that you've been feeling. All right. This period of retrograde, my friends, this bottleneck, stuck feeling, you're going to find some answers as you come through this month and into September. They're showing me a vision. This was kind of like the final vision, closing out the meditation, of super green grass, a beautiful sunny day. And the last phrase of what they shared was, the tide is turning, fire signs. So it's good to know that through this retrograde into September, they even shared the month October, you're going to work through these difficulties bit by bit. You're going to get a handle on them, and you're going to get some much needed relief, okay, that you so desperately have wanted. Let's go ahead and dive into your reading. Don't let your past hold you back. Nothing is yet set in stone. The answers you need are coming. If this isn't a beautiful collective message, okay, that Spirit has started your reading with, kind of tying the meditation details, kind of like into a nice bow. They want to go ahead and start with these two cards, okay? We're going to leave that here to the side and focus on these. Don't let your past hold you back. This is absolutely in relation to what you're going through, okay? This challenge, this addiction, this difficulty. I'm seeing the Devil card in tarot right now. Many of you may be feeling, why bother? Why bother trying to solve this addiction? Why bother trying to do this now when you've gone through so many phases and waves of sorts to try and get this handled? But each time your life kind of gets tough or you get overwhelmed, you turn to this. What's going to make this time any different? They want you to know, don't let your past hold you back, okay? That's that negative energy inside you, okay? That's that, that little gnawing feeling that just wants you to give up, okay? And that says you're going to fail anyway. You're not, okay? And don't listen. Don't listen. You are better than that, okay? My fire signs, you are better than that. And you know it. You know deep down. Spirit is also sharing with me right now that perhaps some of you need to take a breather. You've been going too hard, okay, in life, working too much, too many responsibilities. You've had too much weight on your shoulders, and you've got to let some of that go, okay? Now, for you, whether that's taking some time on the weekend and giving yourself the much needed break that you need, doing some self-care, doing something that makes you happy. They just showed me a vision of somebody playing racquetball, somebody going fishing, someone gardening. Looks like someone is binging some TV. Somebody's trying a new recipe in the kitchen. Spirit is asking you to rewind a bit in your mind, okay? And remember some of the things that make you happy, okay? Is there a hobby? Is there an activity that you don't get to do very much, okay? That just really puts a smile on your face and it makes you feel like you've had a day off. That is an excellent place to start, okay? Because you have to quiet your mind. You have to relax and you have to allow yourself to be in the moment, all right, in order to focus on reaching the desired outcome. They want to touch upon this card. Nothing is yet set in stone. This is in relation to the difficulty that you're having, okay? Just because you are in, and they're showing me a black hole, okay? So for some of you, this is very deep, okay, and very dark and very difficult. This isn't where you're meant to be, okay? This isn't your end game. And they want you to know that. Even though this is a period of struggle and difficulty for you, and you just feel kind of done with it all. You know, you're just like, well, what's the point, you know, of solving this problem that I have? Because it's like a cycle. It's like a repeating cycle for you. It's a very difficult situation. But they want you to know that this is not how it's going to be forever. They're showing me that green grass again, okay? A meadow with that beautiful fresh air, okay? The light breeze coming through. The sun on your face. So a change is coming. A change is absolutely coming, and a change is coming for the better. Okay, my friends, I will say, and I'm sure you know, that this is difficult work that you're going to be putting in. Okay, and for some of you, you may take those steps and you may feel yourself stumbling. Hold yourself. Okay, you're going to be given some techniques, all right, during this healing process, during this time where you're figuring out how to combat this difficulty. You want to hold on to those techniques very, very tightly, okay? And make sure you give everything you have during those difficult periods. Spirit wants to start with these 2 cards, okay? Oh, actually, these 3 cards. And then we will dive into those. So we have here, my friends, the 6 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and the Hangman. All right? This is you. You are so engulfed in what you're dealing with and what you've been going through. It's like you have a blindfold on. You don't know which way to go. You don't know what to do. Right? Part of you is wanting to take a step into I don't know if you guys can see it, but you see how there's water here? Okay? This is a twofold message for you all right now. Some of you are wanting to take the blindfold. Some of you are so desperate to take this blindfold off and jump into waters, calmer waters, fresh waters, feeling happy, contentment, and having this huge weight being lifted off of you. And some of you feel that as if you don't make a change and take this blindfold off, you're going to be drowning in the water. And not literally, okay, but figuratively. You feel like you can't breathe. That type of feeling where you just feel like there's no out. There's no way out for you, okay? For some of you, and I'm so sorry, I'm not really sure why there's a glare here. All right. We also have the 6 of Swords here. So for some of you, you're literally going to wake up one day and you're going to need to make a change. You're going to want to make a change. You want to be done with this problem that you've been having. They're also showing me a clip of an individual who's in a relationship, a very unhealthy relationship. And the same patterns are repeating themselves, okay? So as you can see, there's a lot of examples they're using throughout this reading of the difficulties that some of you are experiencing. So for some of you, and it looks to be a very small collective, okay, maybe 1 or 2, but I do want to share it with you because if Spirit is bringing it to the forefront, it's important we convey this message. There's a relationship that's so horribly unhealthy. You're packing the kids up and you're leaving. Okay? A difficult and challenging time for some of you. Spirit is also sharing with me that this could be your kids, your older kids, moving away from their spouse and making a leap away from this horrible time for them. So we're absolutely sending prayers to all of you during this time. For some of you, this process is going to take a little bit longer, okay? You're kind of starting to work through knowing that you don't want to live like this and the challenge that you're facing. You're just trying to figure out the steps to take to get there, okay? So for some of you, if it's addiction related, perhaps doing some research on the right doctors, facilities, things of that nature that may be able to help you. For some of you, if you're trying to leave a situation that you're currently in, trying to find housing, trying to figure out where you're going to go, some of you I see are talking to your employers to try and get some assistance as far as flexibility is concerned for your schedules. But I see this momentum occurring in August and September. Okay? The thing is with this hangman energy, you're wanting to do things differently. You don't want to live like this anymore with what you've been going through. Okay? For some of you, it's been such a long and tiring cycle. You're done. Okay? You're looking at the options. You're looking at options that you haven't looked at before. You're going outside the box. You're not that one size fits all they're showing me. Okay? You're making a change for the better. Now, for some of you, they want to discuss the Two of Wands, followed by the King of Cups. For some of you, you're going to really start questioning if this is the right move for you. You're going to go to that back and forth. I feel that back and forth energy, right? Where you're kind of teetering. You're not really making a decision. You're wondering, are things going to be better if I leave this situation? Are things going to be better and less challenging if I get the help I need? What's on the other side? Well, guess what? You won't know until you take those steps. Spirit is saying that you can almost guarantee that these steps you're taking, okay, for these improvements, they're absolutely going to make a difference in your life. Are there going to be challenges still ahead? Of course. But I see layers being peeled off, okay? I see a relief as this process begins. And Spirit said that's going to be your indication that you're on the right path. Now, for some of you, you're going to be looking into different alternatives. You're not sure where to go. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure what path to take that you haven't already taken before. All right? They're showing me a vision of some individuals, again, at a doctor's office. So perhaps starting there, perhaps starting with a medical professional, a counselor of sorts that can see things and they're not emotionally tied to your situation. They can offer you ideas and thoughts about what you're going through and perhaps avenues that you can look into. All right? And Spirit is putting this in bold for me very strongly. So dive into that situation, kind of look for some outside help that doesn't have any opinion based wrapped around it. And that's going to help guide you on this path. Now, during this time, we have, and let me just put this up here so you guys can see it. We have the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Your Queen of Wands, my friends, that is your final energy through this difficult time. The Queen of Wands, and I'm sorry to jump over this, but they just wanted to go straight here for a minute. She stands in her power. She is a happy, healthy, well-rounded individual. And energy is fluid, she depicts what you want so badly to feel internally, physically, and just for your overall happiness in your life. This is coming as you take these steps, okay? You will get here, okay? It's just it's gonna be some hard work to get there. But I'm so confident, and so is Spirit, that as a fire sign, you have what it takes. Now, this is kind of, I think the reason they wanted me to discuss her first is because during this period where you're starting to feel relief, you're starting to feel more whole, your life is getting back on track, you're just feeling good finally. And you're just so happy to be at this point of feeling good, right? That a situation is going to present itself, and it looks to be opportunity related. For some of you, there have been opportunities in this vision that I'm seeing for a career change, a career advancement. For some of you, you're going to meet an individual that it looks to start out as friends, and it could potentially grow into more. For many of you, you're needing that friend you can count on. that individual that you can just really kind of rely on, but just to be able to vent. And for some of you, it looks as though because of this process, some different things that you're going to be engaging in, maybe support groups, things of that nature. They're also showing me online. I'm seeing some social media groups of people that kind of bond together over the same difficulties. You're kind of going to find a buddy, okay, is what I'm getting. The buddy that understands what you've been going through. And that's important too, okay, that you connect with folks that perhaps have an alcohol addiction, food addiction. They're showing me someone who is really, their self-worth is just tanked, all right? These support groups bring folks together, all right, with the common difficulties. Now, while others in your life may not understand, however, may support you, it's good to have these folks, they're showing me a couple individuals like arm in arm, kind of battling this out together, okay? So be on the lookout for that as well. It looks as though through this process, you'll have some much needed support, okay? And again, for some, maybe one or two of you, this may lead to something in the future, okay? You're not ready for all that right now, but just know that that's a potential of what could be coming, okay? It's so funny. I was just getting ready to draw your spirit animal card, and this one literally flew out. So I'm going to take it. And in seeing it, it really matches with what's happening here. And it's Wolf, inner strength. You may be facing a challenge you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try and look at it with fresh eyes. Here it is, my friends. You have the inner strength. You just have to find it, pull it out, and get to it. Spirit wants me to provide you one last note. For those of you struggling, feel free, if you're comfortable, if you want to drop a comment, okay, on some difficulties and challenges that you're facing, okay? And perhaps others may be feeling the same, and you can kind of unite with a couple folks this way as well, okay? My fire signs, I'm wishing you a happy and healthy period, and know that you've got this. We'll talk soon.